Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. In our previous videos, we have covered the entire introduction for predicate functional interface. We saw its syntax and its application. We also saw some of the examples of using predicate effectively. Then we saw some of the default and static methods that are present inside the predicate functional interface. We also saw the concept of predicate joining and chaining. In case you have missed it, click on the I button mentioned on the top of the screen. So in this video, we'll extend the same example that we saw in the last video to understand better what exactly is the predicate chaining and predicate joining. So let's get started. So let's take an example here. Consider we have an array of integers like this. Then we have a predicate P1 to check if the number is greater than 10 or not. So this is my predicate of integer P1 that will tell me if the number is greater than 10 or not. Then we have another predicate P2 to check if the number is even or not. So here I have predicate of integer P2 that checks if the number is even or not. So you can see here I have a class demo predicate joining which has a main method inside it, and here I have an array of integers which are having some integer values. Then I have created a predicate P1, that is, this predicate will check if the number is greater than 10 or not. Then I have a predicate P2 which will check if the number is even or not. Before we begin to understand what is predicate joining, let me create a supporting method so that we don't have to write the similar code or the repetitive code again and again. So let me write public static void print and apply. What it will apply? It will apply a predicate of integer predicate, and it will take integer array as an input. So in this method, what we'll do is we will iterate over the array, that is for int I over the array, and for each element of the array we will check if predicate dot test I returns true or not. If this returns true, what I'll do is I'll print it to the console system dot out dot print ln, not print ln, print I, and we'll print it with some comma so that it prints the entire array in a single line only. And at the last, I'll print system dot out dot println so that we can have a extra line here. Now let's say I have to print only the numbers that are greater than 10. So what I'll do is I'll write system.out.println numbers that are greater than 10, and I'll call the print and apply method, and I'll pass the first predicate P1 and the array that we have. So let me save and compile this code. So to compile, I'll write Java C demo predicate joining.java. Now I'll execute it. Java demo predicate joining. So here you can see which are the numbers that are greater than 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. Now I want to print the numbers that are even. So what I'll do, I'll call again the print and apply methods, and I'll pass the second predicate and the array of integers. So let me save and compile this code. So again we'll compile it and we'll run it. So you can see it is printing numbers which are even 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So this is the expected output. Now we have individually executed both these predicates. Now it's time to see how the chaining works. So what I'll do is I will print numbers that are not greater than 10. So what we'll do is we'll use the first predicate and negate it. So we'll call the same print and apply method and see how it works. Again we'll compile the code and we'll execute it. So you can see numbers that are not greater than 10. Now what I'll do is I will print numbers which are odd. So I'll pass the predicate P2 and I'll negate it. Let's see this. So again we'll compile it and we will execute it. So numbers which are odd are 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 13, 15. So this was one of the predicate joining where we are seeing the negation. How does the negation works? Now let's say I want to print the numbers that are greater than 10 and are even. So I'll use the AND method here. So I'll use P1 and P2 because I need combination of both. That is, the number should be greater than 10 and also they should be even. So I'll again call the print and apply method and I'll pass the combination of these two predicates. So again I will compile it and I'll execute it. So here you can see numbers greater than 10 and even are only 12 and 14. Now what I want to do is I want to print the numbers that are greater than 10 but they should be either 10 greater than 10 or they should be even. So I'll use the OR method here. So the combination of two, if either of the situation or either of the predicate returns true, it will get printed on the console. So let me save and compile this code. So let me compile this code and let me just run it. So you can see numbers greater than 10 or even are. So it will print either the number is greater than 10 or if the number is even. Now let's say I want to print the numbers that are greater than 10 and they should be odd. So what I'll do is I'll call predicate P1 and the negation of P2. So I'll call print and apply methods with the combination of P1 and the negation of P2. So let me save this code and let me compile this. So here the numbers that are greater than 10 and odd are printed here. So I hope now you understand the predicate functional interface, where should you use it, and what are the default and static methods in the predicate, and how we can use these default methods for the predicate chaining. In our upcoming video, we'll learn another predefined functional interface, that is function functional interface. I hope you liked the video, so hit the like button, share and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for yet another videos on Java 8. Till then, take care, bye bye, and thank you for watching.